Okay, I keep forgetting. Oh man, social pressure is on. Hello, people. People are already here. Wow,
Damn.
we already got 2 viewers. Dang, people are just on top of notifications today. It's good.
Hi.
First, welcome in. Awesome. So yeah, we are currently here in like South Oregon at the moment. Whoa, 12 people. Yo, what's up? That's awesome. Yeah, we're visiting our mom for the weekend here.
Hi.
It's just the two of us and Thick Boy that drove down. He sat in our lap the whole time, just chilling for a 4.5 hour car ride, and he has been amazing. But I want to
Yes.
tell you the story before we get into anything today of how he fell off of the roof last night. My cat fell off of the roof last night. He's okay. He's completely unharmed. But oh, this is Devin, by the way, for the first time in like forever. I feel like I can freely speak and breathe. So I'm like actually full of energy for once in a blue moon, and it's been awesome. But Thick Boy fell off of the roof because I was chilling up on the roof. It's a really nice roof. It's a really great roof you can just stand on, and he got out of the window. He slipped out. He slipped out of the window through the screen because he was just chilling, and he ran around, and I was like, no, wait, go back inside. And then he ran and didn't notice the edge. So we went and got him, and he was okay, and he's completely unharmed. It was like, oh, my hair is blocking mom. Okay, I'll tie it back.
Aw, that's okay.
I'm really fluffy today.
My head doesn't need that much room.
I mean, there's
Well, you're like a
big
guest
gap
star,
here, we can
so
move
like
it
we
a
should
bit.
do that.
Hi.
Fluky,
Dude, there's like a
yes.
whole ass gap here. You can just move it a bit.
There's a gap. Oh
We'll just
wait,
leave
Like right here, it can be more on you. There you go.
dude. Oh Jesus. This is why it's so precariously balanced. I'm so sorry. Oh my lord. Thick Boy, he's upstairs chilling out right now. And there's like a really big German Shepherd in the adjacent room right now. So like he's a little bit anxious. This is like our tablet, and it's so weird. We really need a new case. I think that's what we're gonna invest in next.
Of the front edge.
The
You
glass.
Take the
Oh,
glass,
it's
put it
glass.
in front of the front edge
Ooh.
of that. There you go, and it's not even on camera that way.
You're in Germany? That's
Smart as well.
awesome. Oh, almost. It just needs to be a little bit heavier. How about your tablet?
Like if it was a full glass of water.
Where just
Greetings. Hey, everybody. Oh, and we saw your message too. Thank you for wishing that Thick Boy was safe. He's okay. The little jerk hid underneath a shelf, and we thought that he had escaped into the forest.
he just got stuck.
It looks
He didn't
good.
get stuck.
He was stuck.
hiding and sleeping. He burrowed underneath the blankets and he was just hiding.
Little weirdo.
It's a
All
cat.
right, so now that we have
He's a
like
cat.
some people here, oh, he's not really the type to run away. A little
likes
bit.
food
He
too
runs when
much.
he's scared, but yeah. Hey, Wolf System. Yeah, we follow you on Instagram. Oh, thank you. You're so nice. Since we are here with our mother and she is a rare guest star, you guys can talk to her now. And you can ask all the questions that we haven't gotten around to answering on her video, because I know there were some. And y'all can just, I don't know, hang out.
I see cat fell out of a 20-foot tree. Ouch.
Cats are durable.
Poor kitties.
Someone says hi.
Cats.
Mother Goblin. Let's see. Oh, hey, there's Louisa.
My little
Says,
goblins.
how do you feel about Ether's growing YouTube career?
I think it's awesome, and I think it's good that just as much that that he's experiencing a voice for not just himself, but also striking a chord out there, so others can feel okay about being the way that they are. And camaraderie is always good. You know, there's a lot of people out there that feel not like cookie cutters, and it's nice to have somebody stand up and say how they're feeling and go, yeah, me too, you know? It's great.
And then someone, oh, one second. Someone asked who's out. This is Devin, and Kayla said that you seem like you're actually feeling like yourself again, and I do. The second I'm out of Dad's house, I'm fine, and I ate like a full dinner last night, and it was wild. Haven't had that in like weeks. But Cashiel says, how does it feel to have two gorgeous children? Seriously, hi. And you're awesome for supporting. It's awesome.
Thank you, and yes, I know they're awesome. And I know they're both beautiful in their own way.
Aw. And this'll totally be uploaded afterwards. We always do that.
Do your
And
homework.
yeah, totally. Yeah, do your homework. And how have you learned to tell the difference between different altars fronting? Well, each altar kind of seems to have. Oh, I think I can leave the tablet. Yes,
Or
I've been holding it.
Is that question toward me or
Oh
toward
yeah.
him?
And someone asks like your two's names. So like I haven't actually formally introduced you two. I don't think ever. So this is our mother. This is Brenda. And
Yes.
what do you want to be called on this channel?
Just
What
the
happened
goblin
to
for now.
me? Give me. Wait a second.
Oh, the stuff is going up. I should just like hold this up. There we go. Yeah, that was that question that we thought earlier. How have you learned to tell the difference between altars fronting? If that's towards you.
If that's toward me, I can tell a lot of times when moods change. There are mood changes and reactions toward things that they're not uniform. They're not universal. So sometimes I can't. Sometimes I can't. But sometimes it's very clear by mood changes and things that are said and how they're being said.
Cool. And then what's it like to have a child with a mental condition?
We all have our own mental conditions. That's whether it's them or me or anybody else, we all are our own brand of crazy. Someone told me a long time ago, and it's very true.
I love that. Mother Goblin, did you adopt their whole system?
Well, of course,
Just
They
143
are-
babies.
they are who they are, right?
The next question is, did the two of us have favorite stuffed animals as children?
They had a trundle drawer full of special stuffed animals. There was a blankie.
Yeah.
They each had a favorite blankie, but what kid doesn't?
I
Not
think
sure
it's still in storage.
Not sure
Yeah.
which stuffed animal was my favorite. We just had a bunch of dragons.
A bunch of dragons,
Which one
of
was
course.
My favorite? Probably one of the
And I see that one
dragonology
your thumb
ones.
is on,
Oh
see
yeah,
that.
cool.
and I know the answer to that. Yes.
Yeah, you can answer that one.
Yes. Did you notice that your child might have alters before he had the diagnosis? Yes, of course. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. In fact, I tried to bring it up, and
When?
oh my gosh, when the divorce was in swing, and I was in the cruddy apartment,
Oh no, that's
Stages.
literally. Oh Jesus.
Nasty.
and even kind of before that, a little bit before that. So a decade ago, I noticed. Yes.
I didn't even realize that a decade ago. I was 14. So that's like almost a decade ago. Wait, Jesus, I'm 22. Dude, that's 8 years. Oh my lord.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I did. And then when I tried to bring it up to Dad, Dad was very resistant and said, boy, they just really have you snowed. And, I know it wasn't, you weren't pretending, you weren't
Yeah.
acting. And I knew there was something up, and it needed to be looked at and figured out, but I didn't get much help.
People really need to stop being so dismissive of younger people.
Thank
Like
you.
children. It's like, oh, it's a child, then they're just lying and pretending to try and seem cool. There's
Right.
nothing wrong with this child. It's a child. There's nothing that can be wrong with it. It's too new. It's too fresh out of the oven. Nothing can be wrong with it. It hasn't gone bad yet.
I bet you're gonna get an explosion of comments, and I've got my thumb on the comments right now. It's gonna be like a boom if I let go,
Yes.
so I'm just gonna.
God, that's like people
Pinch
with
it down.
children.
Okay, so Circle System says, "Oh geez, so our mom really wants to know what happened to me to give me DID. I don't remember completely, but I don't know if I even want her to know. What do?"
What do you do? It depends on the kind of relationship you have with your parent. Some of them are going to be really resistant to hearing, like their dad. Others might listen, but depending on what you say. I would say just be honest, and if you don't know, say, I don't know. And I've just been experiencing this, and a lot of times, unfortunately, your parents are going to be the hardest ones to crack sometimes. Just because they have a preconceived idea of the life path that they want you to have. And they've been dreaming about it since before you were born. And every parent wants the best for their kids. And when a kid comes to their parent and says, look, I've got a problem, it's almost like a grieving process. They might deny, they might be angry, they might take it lots of different ways, but it depends on how it's presented, and if it's presented with, I don't know, you know your parents' buttons not to push, but then there's also, it depends on the person, how much they can take. So just being honest and trying to ask them for help might be the best way to go about it. Just say, look, I don't know what to do, and this is what's going on. And I think that's probably a good launching point.
Yeah, that actually really pertains to the next question. That was like, Ether's mom. Oh, but I'll answer this really quick question. Destiny asked, "Who's that girl to the left?" That is,
I'm the sibling.
that's
The
my
sister.
The goblin.
the Goblin Queen, who has a suspected schizoaffective disorder. Though it does seem to
Yeah.
fit the bill for schizophrenia, but we need to
Yes.
like get a good therapist for her as well.
Mhm.
And this is our mother for those who have joined. But yeah, the question was, what do you recommend I do in trying to explain my DID to unexpecting mother and father?
You might need to have an advocate with you when talking to your parents. If they're not expecting it, if they don't know what's going on and it's going to be a big reveal, you might need somebody with you who knows what's going on and can support your things that you need to say to go with you. Somebody possibly that your parents trust. And having an advocate to say, look, no, and step up and say things if you feel that your parents paint you into a corner, which a lot of times, parents can come off as the authority figure, and you get railroaded, strong-armed,
Yeah.
and
Parents have a way to disarm.
yeah, so if you have an advocate, somebody that you can bring with you to that conversation, that might be a huge help.
Your therapist. That might be a good one. If you have a therapist
Yes.
who has provided you with a diagnosis and that you're seeing currently, you could bring that up as an option to them, and they might be able to help you out if you need like a third party, if your parents like really won't listen and you really need to explain it. Someone forgot their question. And at Mom, have you met every alter in their system?
Probably not. No.
That's a lot. Yeah, we have some ones that I don't even know have ever been out yet, and that's been wild.
And that's okay. When they're ready, it will happen.
And then what does neurodivergent mean? Neurodivergent just means not neurotypical, just mentally ill, vaguely. But like the label of mentally ill can be like kind of a harsh thing sometimes, and Neurodivergent is a lot nicer, so more people tend to use that. Also, I thought it sounded cool.
Well, and it's just a non-traditional way of thinking or brain processes, I guess. For Goblin Mother.
Oh,
You take them in
this
your
one.
order. You do.
Mom, who is the alter you find the most like you?
I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
Everybody has their single things, their little quirks. The grammar Nazi, or the people who get mad at somebody tailgating. I mean, whatever your pet peeves are.
Oh my god.
And that doesn't necessarily mean that they are the most like you. That's going to be personalities, and I mean it depends. I mean that's such a broad question that's hard to pin down. But each one has their own special things that I like to claim as that's mine.
That's great. But we have the bad habit of trying to be as covert as physically possible because of anxiety. Like, our problem with, like, not... Like, the way, like, some people's accents get weird if they've been on camera for too long, that's, like, anxiety kind of setting in. And anxiety kind of makes the body all kind of boil down to my default. So, like, everyone has kind of, like, a whitewashing of me, kind of, and I feel really bad about that. But, being the default, what can you do? But we're gonna maybe try to be more authentic around Mom, if that's good.
I hope that is more and more the case.
Good. Okay.
Be who you are. Be who you are.
Good. Okay. That's
Because
relieving.
reconciling that in yourself and knowing that it's okay is one of the biggest things that you'll have to do in life. I'm still struggling to accept myself the way I am, and what I accept as the way I am, and whether that is just my perspective and my thought process it's a huge question. I mean, that's just stuff that you will, is this the way things are, or is that the way I think things are and my perception of them?
Yeah.
You'll spend the rest of your life unraveling that. So be okay with who you are and let people be who they are, which can be hard sometimes. If we treated each other with just love and respect, including ourselves, it would just be so much easier.
I really hope that didn't lag as much as it looked like it just lagged. Oh well, but if it did, it will be filmed, and this will be up too, and we'll just answer things, and it'll be good. For
I'm
Goblin
getting nosy
Mother,
ahead.
if you could change Ether's hair color, what would you do?
Well,
I think it looks like yin and yang, and I like it that way. But
I'm still working on my own hair color right now. And I was the old person that was going black for too long until, some of these other little wrinkles started showing up, and it's a little harsh, so I'm going
old.
lighter. So I got my hands full with my own hair, and I will just let this boy figure out whether he's going to do the man bun or
Stop the knot.
the colors or whatever makes him feel the way he wants to is cool with me. That doesn't matter. He could shave his head.
I
You
did
already did
once.
that.
Yeah.
I didn't like it, so that's good.
And you know what? Sometimes it's fun to change it up every once in a while. Bleach it. I don't. Do what you want.
Yes. Someone asks, would Brenda and Goblin like a necklace with the DID pride flag on it as allies, of course? I plan to make one. Oh, and send one for acrylic and ether. Oh my god. You guys are you're so nice.
I would love that. I would love that. And I will wear it to work and show people. I totally would.
That's so sweet.
I would be so. I would think that's awesome. That's really cool.
Not
In
sure
fact,
about- yeah.
I work for a company that is who shall remain nameless at this point because I'm not sure whether I'm going to be there forever. But it's a bicycling game, and they do things like Pride On, and I so loved that our company, when all the haters came out of the woodwork, they just went, whatever, we're gonna do what we're gonna do. And I loved that they had a rainbow thumbs up for the symbol for that thing, and I saved that for like my
That's so good.
picture. I think it's
Gay,
awesome.
haters gonna hate.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, I'm not sure about me though, because I always just wear this one necklace constantly.
Yeah.
Like, I have a hoard of necklaces that I don't even wear. I just have them.
Maybe for decoration.
Yeah, maybe.
You could always like hang it up.
Because I'm not
That'd be
trying to wear
cool.
it out too much.
And then someone also asked, "What does your sister have?" I'm very sorry if this came off rude. I'm having a hard time thinking in English right now. I understand that too well, dude.
We
But
dreamed in German.
we dreamed in German a little bit last night. It
Nothing
was great.
diagnosed, as far as I'm aware of.
Yeah, unprofessionally suspected
And
schizophrenia.
I don't think it's schizophrenia because you
Oh,
have
no.
to see fire or and act on it and see things.
What do you mean?
Well, you do get hallucinations.
I do.
Like,
Well, hallucinations are a term for seeing things that other people don't, and that's not necessarily a hallucination.
I mean, that is kind of schizophrenia though, seeing things other people do not see.
Well, but like the woods being on fire or a car coming toward you, it's not the same thing that you see. It's not that same type of thing.
I see things sort of like it. It just depends.
Maybe I am not privy to all the stuff that's going on.
You've not heard of all the things I've seen.
there's a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
Nice. So yeah, there's always
Like,
something. But
Black hands grabbing at my face like they want to tear my skin off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hallucination there.
Like, it's just late at night, you know, minding my own business, drawing. Black hand comes out and just like tries to rip my face
well,
off.
if you quit drawing demons and trying to manifest them, that's kind of what happens.
Little beastie.
Uh,
And then I think you already answered the one how to tell my mom I'm a system. Yeah, this was a few minutes ago
Oh,
because I've been
yes.
holding my thumb on the
Okay.
comments because I want to make sure everybody's question gets seen.
Yeah.
So
And
we
if
will
it-
not see everything in
Well, if
order.
it doesn't, though, feel free to type it out again, and if it's not answered now, I'm sure your diligence would be following up
Aw.
on that.
Thank you. Question to Ether: if you were out and someone else was co-fronting with you or was like really close, can you hear their thoughts if you didn't voice them out loud? Yeah, I can. It's like a thought and a feeling and kind of like a presence and sometimes a pressure. It can manifest as like a pressure in my head physically and can provide those really weird like headaches that span about here, right in the frontal lobe there, which is a delight. But yeah, sometimes I can hear their thoughts. And how do I get in one of those? Stuffed dragons are awesome. Did you have stuffed goblins? I wish. Circle System says, "You're a wonderful lady from what I can tell. Thank you for being such a supportive mother to such special people." Let's see, Mom, do you know what DID was before they were diagnosed?
No.
Oh, wow. Well, you did tell me stories about Sybil when I was little.
Kind of, but that
Yeah.
was, Sybil is not necessarily DID. That's, my gosh, multiple personality disorder.
No, I actually saw from, well, I don't actually know what Sybil even has at this point. Like, we're still reading the book, and we still have, like, Sybil, I think it's Sybil Unearthed, or Sybil Explained, or something like that. And apparently there's even, like, 2 more books to accompany that, so I'm like, what even was Sybil, dude? So I don't even know. I don't...
Split personalities.
Do you believe there's a difference between that and DID, then? The way you're describing it makes it appear.
I think they're very close. She was missing time.
I miss time. It's not as visibly.
I'm not sure. I'm sure that there is a clinical difference,
Hmm.
but I'm not sure what the qualifying factor is that separates them.
And next one was, what do you do if family and professionals don't believe you if you have DID or OSDD or don't believe in general? When it
You
comes to professionals, I'd say find a new one, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, also find another one, but also stay true to yourself. You have to take good care of yourself. And if, no matter who believes you, that's irrelevant. And I know it's easy for me to say that when you need somebody who's supportive. If you have people that are supportive, just cling to them and don't be untrue to yourself. Stay as honest as you can with yourself. That's important. Don't try and deny stuff.
That is so hard with DID though. So it's a struggle and it's a process to like do that. Devin is shook. Greetings from Belgium. I wish I had a mom that good. And people say hi. Do you have any advice?
I'm not that good.
You're good now, and that's what counts. It means like if you make an effort, that's what matters. Like I saw a meme on Facebook once that was like the best apology is changed behavior, and you've changed your behavior radically. So like you're good now. So we look on the past as if you were like a completely different person, pretty much, because you had a wicked, hardcore character development arc, and we've been like watching.
My
that.
learning curve is a steep learning curve.
Yeah, you're getting there. You're
It's a
doing
steep
really
learning
good,
curve.
and we really appreciate that.
My boy.
But advice for parents supporting their children through flashbacks.
Oh, got snot on your hand.
You hooligans. I don't know if I've
Just
really
got
had
snot on my hand.
flashbacks in front
On
of
her
you before. Well, I don't know.
I know there were a couple of difficult instances where we were in a car and you wanted to hang outside of the store. We were about ready to go into a store, and I knew that something was up, and I didn't like the way your mood had changed. And by the time we came out of the store, you and I think it was, or you had met us inside, and you had an additional cigarette burn on your
Oh, I
wrist.
remember that.
So
Oh, that was
I
Farkas.
knew something.
Oh, Jesus.
I knew something was up, and I knew that something bad was going to happen. And I tried to intervene, and I was told to go away. And out of respect, I did. And there was a cigarette burn, but those heal.
And it did heal. I don't think I have a scar from it.
You might, that sometimes scars show up after you get old.
I want to look for the scar, but that is going to require for me to let go of the comments. Right now, I'm holding my thumb on one that says 2:44 p.m. It's not 2:44 p.m., so I apologize deeply to everyone whose comments get lost in the flood that I'm about to unleash right now. Oh,
So
gosh.
yes, when you
There it goes.
if you think, oh, it's not going to cause a scar, oh, it'll be fine, it may look that way for a while. I've got things on the backs of my
I see
hands from a rabbit that bit me when I was like 19, and the scar is just starting to show up now. And I know right where it was, and those little dings will come back later. Even though they look totally fine and they like heal, but
It might be that. I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe. I'm probably gonna need a
A
tattoo over
rabbit
it,
bit me.
whatever.
Yes, it was
Bit
a
you.
it was a mean bunny. It was a grouchy bunny.
Oh, the Starlight System. Ether's mom, can you be our mom too?
Yes.
My mom is very defensive of who I am. If it doesn't fit her, how do I convince her I need help?
The only thing I could think of is coming to her in tears and asking her to help you. All moms will go defensive mode to protect their kids, and if you just want them to feel better right now, does the system view mom as mom?
Quite a
Of
few
course
of
that
us
makes
do.
sense.
Yeah, quite a few of us do. I'm just trying to think about who does and does not. Someone says my dyslexia is kicking in. Great. I don't know. I feel full of life at the moment, so I just have a flood of energy and things are getting swept away.
You have to
But
go back and look at some of those questions.
Scroll.
Go back.
I'm just gonna scroll up aggressively.
Go back.
I'm going back. I'm just gonna stop at a random point. That's about there. I want your mom to adopt me, to be perfectly honest. Isn't it hard having regular headaches because of DID? Absolutely. I mean, Sybil's DID was very obvious to the outside, I guess. Yeah, overt versus covert, definitely.
Well, some of her personalities were, but not all of them came out until things got quite bad. And what she had experienced was really awful.
Yeah.
I
Let's
can't
see.
imagine.
Oh, right. Yeah, this one. Did your mom ever notice anything strange about your behavior before you were diagnosed, or it was completely unknown to everyone? No.
No, I noticed. I noticed some stuff.
Which is wild because I barely noticed myself. That's how
Um,
it's supposed to be, though, with DID. You're not supposed to know until your brain can, like, comprehend it and tolerate that information and everything that it entails. So sometimes there's a good reason why you don't know everything yet, and sometimes you just gotta roll with it, you know? You gotta not force things too much, but like listen to just how you feel in addition to everything. I think I interrupted somebody and I'm sorry.
No, I was reading.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dreams usually have to do with death. I have dreamt that I've died before. Weirdly enough, it always ends the same, me falling off a cliff. Falling dreams are typical,
Oh my gosh.
Almost
Bobo and
everybody
Co's
has
here.
them.
Whoa.
but I think dying in your dreams can be an interesting subject to get on.
It's fun.
It's fun.
Dreams,
love
I've
oh my
actually
gosh.
died a couple of times in my dreams,
That's wild.
but
We've like switched in dreams.
yeah, just weird.
Things get weird. There's a really long lecture about DID on YouTube that debunks all the reasons DID isn't real that people came up with, including Sybil Exposed. Bobo and Co is here. They're awesome in British. Greedy from Netherlands. They're awesome in Netherland.
Do research,
From the
do internet
Netherlands.
research, because if you're having trouble coming out to a family member with whether you're gay, I see what you're
Bro,
writing
you
down.
gay?
Gay.
This guy's been asking if we're gay. I think he's like spamming, but no. My fiance is rather feminine.
I mean, you're
no.
kinda gay.
I'm kind of gay. I mean, I've dated guys in the past, but like, that was just. It felt like it was an obligation to date guys in high school.
Parents can have a heavy sway
Like dad.
on kids. It's like, who you going to prom with?
Yeah. Oh, Daisy, they're here. Oh, cool. How did you come out to your? Oh, how? I'll read it without dyslexia. How do you come out to Crap. How do you come out as a system to your family? Is it safe to do that? And as a parent, how do you come to terms with your child being a multiple? I did it. But I've forgotten how I came out to you about that. I don't know. It must have been somebody else. Must have been Liberty or something. Maybe. I can't remember.
Well, I don't remember really one conversation about it, because
Yeah.
there were things that happened and it was kind of a gradual thing, really.
Yeah.
At first we thought it was depression, and yeah, that journey started 9 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And I kept saying, something's up and we need to take you to the doctor. And then when I did, your dad demonized me and got you to follow suit.
Yeah.
because you didn't want to do medications.
Yeah.
But with me, and my immediate knee-jerk reaction is medications, because I have clinical depression, and I've been taking antidepressants since I was probably 27, 26. And I wish I'd been taking them earlier, because it was like opening a window and pulling curtains back. It was like all of a sudden I was better. And it made such a huge impact for me. I just assumed my kid had the same thing as I did, and I just went the quickest path of least resistance and went to medication, and that's not always the right choice.
No, we are on
Unraveling
antidepressants now.
why we are the way we are, how we got there, and the best way to deal with the way we are and the way things are. It's a long journey. It's not something that is solved by a pill. In some cases, they can help, absolutely. And if anyone out there is feeling, so alone, and talking to people is not helping, and you go home and you just don't know what to do with yourself, I don't know, there are situations where medication is very helpful.
I'm just gonna hold this for
And
security's sake.
Try not to be afraid of it, because it really can help. So there's that.
Yeah. Oh, question for me. I often feel quite weird since our primary protector is a demon. Do you ever feel weird about the fact that so many of your alters are non-human? Not really, actually. It feels more weird to be like human than to not be human. I don't know. Ever since we were a kid, we were always just like, yeah, escapism and like going off into like fantasy realms is more appealing and acceptable and safer than being a human in the here and now. So that's kind of just something that we, I guess, retained.
That mood when you look in a mirror and you're like, that's not my face.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so relatable. But no, we don't really feel weird that so many are non-human, and people shouldn't feel weird about that either, because that's totally normal. And someone asked who's fronting, and this is Devin. There's another bro, you gay.
I'm sad. What? I can't stay and watch it all. You can always watch it later. Hi.
Let's see, you answered that one. Answered that one. Love to see more videos of the Goblin Queen. Yes. Oh, yeah. And as a parent, how do you come to terms with the fact your child is a multiple?
I kind of just, I don't really have issues with that. I think think of it as, a faceted diamond. It's all one diamond. My kid is still my kid. We all have our moods. We all have, different times that we, feel differently about stuff. And that doesn't make them not them. It's all part of them.
Let's see, next one. Is it weird to you that some of your alters are fictional and way older than you? Nah. Things are weird. We have seen so much weird stuff within our system that it fails to shock us anymore. We've become virtually unshakable by this, and it's been great. Goblin Queen, would you ever do a Bowie Labyrinth cosplay to claim your true role as the Goblin Queen?
Absolutely. I love David Bowie. Dude, just the other week I bought The Labyrinth on iTunes, so I can just have it on my tablet all the time. I have it forever now.
Awesome.
Carry it with you.
He was the original Foshigi, whatever.
Fushigi.
He did that first. He had it down.
Yes.
You did. Could you adopt me, please? Mom, do you have any advice about asking your parents for therapy?
Again, bring a friend. Bring a friend if you need to have that conversation. You can always bring up um, card from work, not from work, from school.
Oh, from school.
Your report card.
Report card.
If you're having difficulty in school, that's always a good in with a parent.
Oh, school. If your mental health affects your school
Yes.
abilities,
Your
then,
schools, your school
yeah.
life, your friends, how it impacts you. I'm having trouble with this, and what could help that is, I'm really having difficulty coping. Is there, is there a psychologist or counselor I could talk to about it? Is a good way. But yeah, always, if you have someone who could advocate for you, like an aunt or uncle even, cousin that your parents like, drag them into the conversation.
Yes. Oh, Jesus. This is at 5%. Will you mind plugging this in?
Where?
It's right there.
Oh man, I see that.
Thank you so much.
Hell yeah.
Good. Cosmic System says, question, I told my parents about my DID and they seemed okay with it, but they ignore it / push it under the rug. How can I tell them that I want them to treat us like our own people and call us by our names?
That's hard. That's hard because your parents have had your whole life to call you one thing.
Yeah.
And even I mess up almost on a daily basis, right? So it's hard. I mean, if you were 50 years old and you got used to calling a car that long, all of a sudden you're not going to be calling it a shoe. And it's going to slip, and it's going to be a rough road getting there. But if you approach it as respectfully as possible and say, Mom, that really bothers me when you refer to me as this, could you, it would go a long way, for me, if you could try to this instead.
That sounds good, actually. Yeah, that's like exactly what I would have said. I guess maybe I'm one of the ones that's
Help
more
me.
similar to you.
If you approach it, if you come to them and say, it would help me if you did this, that would make me feel a lot more comfortable in talking to you about things, because parents want to know. They want to know. And if you say, you'll get more information this way.
Entice with more information.
Yeah, it will help.
Bless. Oh, this one I think I can answer. Is there a way to prepare Mom ahead of the conversation without having to come out all the way? That's like my number one tip for like, this is my number one tip for if you want to come out as having DID is bring up examples from the media. Bring up examples from the media and see how they take it. Because if they're just like, oh yeah, that's totally not a violent murderer thing, they're just like, that's a good person that you might be able to talk to more about that. And if they have a bad reaction, then to be more cautious. So just kind of like throw a little hint here and there, like I read this book or I saw this video, and they had this
in the living room for them to read accidentally.
I did that to Dad, and I hope he read it. I really do. I like the girl with the rat hair. Any tips on telling your family about DID, OSDD? I think I did just answer that.
Yeah.
Hello from the chasms. Hello. What do you
I'll do for fun.
guys all do for fun?
Cards Against Humanity.
Cards Against Humanity is fun. Oh my goodness.
Exploding Kittens.
We haven't played that in
Burrito.
forever.
We gotta get next.
Is that another game by the Oatmeal?
Yes, and so is You've Got Crabs.
The games by the
crabs
Oatmeal.
Are gone.
The crabs are gone.
The crabs are gone.
They're gone.
So we play a lot of card games and we watch a lot of movies like Game of Thrones.
And some
like, fun
old
series.
throwbacks that are pretty awesome too, like Goonies.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Goonies.
Goonies and Revenge of the Nerds. It's good.
Do some of that old school stuff. Oh, The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club is good. I've got now a red flannel vest and I feel like I look like that one guy, and I'm just like,
Bender,
yeah, him. I always forget names.
for better hallway viewing.
Yes. Do the alters who view your mom as mom view each other as siblings? They kind of view each other as kind of loosely relatives. Like everyone is vaguely cousins. There are some more familial relationships, but not inherently. They all see like inherent connection between all of us because we're in the same body, but they don't necessarily view having connections with each other. So some do.
That next one's for you, but I want to add a post note.
Oh, how do you cope if your parent is the cause of your trauma? Mom's not the cause of our trauma, actually. She did what she could to actually prevent our trauma. The cause of our trauma was actually our uncle, who I really wanted to steal out of storage. Dude, I really want to do that. Our
I could
uncle
do
is
some
deceased.
shit.
Our uncle is deceased, thank goodness. But his ashes are in storage, and I wanted to aggressively shake them up because nobody can tell me no.
Flush them down the toilet.
But yeah, she actually wanted us to not be babysat by him, which is what would have prevented us from being traumatized. And yeah, our dad was just like, no, I'm not gonna listen to mom. I'm just gonna let my child be babysit by a known, I'll just say abuser. I'll just say abuser, by a known abuser. And that was, yeah, we all blame dad for that, not gonna lie. Parsifal aggressively blames dad for that, and he's just been like, looking like a hawk, just waiting.
Well, how do you cope?
But yeah, how do
since
you
your
cope?
parent is.
I guess for me, like, I know that you caused like one or two, but it wasn't like the initial splits. It was just some of the branches.
We all make we make mistakes as parents, and the guilt that is left over can really be a lot stronger than a lot of people realize
Oh.
for the parents. What I would say, it depends on whether you are still living in the same household as the parent that's caused the stress, the trauma. If you are, resolution, if there is any, is always going to be the best solution. If that isn't possible, only being around the person as much as you can comfortably take. If you can't handle it, remove yourself from the situation if it's possible. This one likes to hide in her room. It's always better to get out of the house entirely.
We do that when we can.
When you can. It's never good to completely shut yourself off. That causes more damage. Get out, talk to people.
Not many people to talk about, or like talk with in my area.
We need to make friends.
Yeah.
All of
Like
my friends that
IRL
lived
friends.
nearby have all moved.
Because we suck at talking
Yeah.
online because, I don't know, I think this summer has just been like ramping up our anxiety a little bit more because our like capacity to respond to social media things, like anything via screen, we've just sucked at. Even watching like Netflix, we've sucked at watching Netflix, which is unheard of. But yeah, we'll be able to make friends again soon. Maybe when we're back on campus, we'll be free of our dad and won't ever have to move back there. But someone says they just want to send some love to the Goblin Queen. My sister has dealt with similar things, and it is very difficult. I'm proud to see her still smiling. Oh, then Louisa says, what's your view of self-medicating for DID?
Depends on, was that for me or for
Yeah, that was for you, says Mom.
Self-medicating meaning
Oh, like what I'm doing? Probably.
well, I would say if you're going to smoke weed, it's better than alcohol, but you have to be careful if you are putting foreign substances in your body, because it can eventually become problematic. It depends on how how addictive your personality is. If you have a very addictive personality type, it's better to steer away with it and deal with things as you can. But if you feel like you need to, I would try and get someone you trust, a like psychiatrist involved, and get them on board first, because there might be something, like for me with the antidepressants, that can make a night or day switch, that is so much easier to obtain than have to drain personal funds to try and do it yourself and maybe not do as good of a job.
Makes sense. Let's see. This one says, "Hello, I love your content. This is the Duck Company system." That's cool. And we were wondering, do you think of everyone in the system as your kid? And also, how did it feel, the symptoms, before you knew you had DID? Let's see. I think the first one's for you and the second one might be for me. So do you think of everyone as your kid? I think you said yes to that one.
Pretty much. But I wouldn't look at it like most parent figures would, like, I'm the boss of you. The way parenting is supposed to work after they are 18, 21, whatever, we're supposed to advise and protect and enhance. It's supposed to be guidance. It's not supposed to be manipulation.
Yeah.
So, yeah, still the parent, but what that means might need more definition.
Ooh, and this guy says, "How would you deal with Devin stopping fronting and never seeing him again?" And then someone also says, "What's up, girl?"
Hey. Stopping fronting.
Like, never being in control of the body. Like, just never being out again.
That's kind of
What everyone's been trying to get me to do lately.
my kid is who my kid is. Whoever happens to be speaking is my kid.
Aww.
So I will never, unless I do something that's so offensive that, oh, yes, I like that.
And sometimes the deepest scars are the most beautiful.
We are who our experiences have sculpted us to be. So yes, some of those deepest scars, if it weren't for them, you wouldn't have the heart that you have now.
Bobo. Oh, hi, I was noticed. That's great. Here's a good one. As a parent, would you have any advice on how to help comfort younger children? One of our caregivers has been trying to help a little, but nothing has worked so far. Any advice? Comforting young children?
Yeah. It depends on the child. Some need to be held, mostly. But it's about reassurance that everything's going to be okay. It depends on why they're upset. Because it could be a lot of things. It could just be fear and making them know that everything is okay. I remember, oh my gosh, when you were like 2 in the grocery store, and Mr. Roloff comes around the corner.
Oh my gosh. Wait, I don't think everybody knows.
He's a little person.
He was on TV.
And he lives in Oregon. He had crutches, but he came around the corner, and this is when Devin was like 2, and he was running around and in the grocery store, and I was letting him, big deal, and then Mr. Roloff comes around the corner, and Rumpelstiltskin showed up. All of those kids' stories, and you freaked out. You came running back to me.
You read
he
me
came running,
Rumpelstiltskin.
"Ah!" crying back to me, and I heard him go, "Oh, don't cry," and I felt so bad. But
feel
at
so
the
bad
same
for you.
time, no parent can ever prepare a child for something like that, that you don't expect, you don't see coming. So we had a little talk in the grocery store. He's just a short man. There's tall people and short people and dark people and light people, and he's just a short man. I'm sure he's dead. We said hello to him on the next aisle over, and it was fine.
Good.
But
I'm
yeah.
like so embarrassed right now. Sharing my baby stories.
Oh,
Oh no. Everyone's probably like, babies. Or, oh
So
no.
you don't know what's going to happen, and just explaining things the most simple way you can, and that can make you feel okay. And yeah, it can be, that's hard.
Yeah, reassurance though,
Sometimes,
definitely. And this next one is, how do you explain scars from a persecutor to loved ones?
Tell me
And
the truth.
yeah, you could tell them the truth, but you could also add things like persecutors or alters that they hold a lot of pain and stuff. And sometimes the only way to express that pain is through like self-injury. And that is a very common thing with DID. I've seen like scars on almost every single person with DID's arms I've ever seen. And like, yeah, there shouldn't be as much stigma around that because that's very frequent. And yeah, I think I got off track because I got like really energetic about that. How do you explain scars? I guess honesty too. And you could also say that if they're like privy to the whole DID stuff, you could like tell them that it was done by a persecutor as well, and they might understand that. We stand Goblin Queen.
Yes.
Never actually had a falling dream actually. Oh dang, that's brutal. Do you think people will get diagnosed at an earlier age due to the education being pushed on social media? I'm afraid of people being diagnosed at an earlier age due to the education being pushed on social media. Because some people are not ready to handle that, and their brains have literally put up walls and stuff. And by like picking at that, sometimes that can be a detrimental thing. I've seen like 12-year-olds on DID aminos, and I'm like, dude, you're a baby. Like, I don't think you're ready to like comprehend like this level of what's going on, man.
and
So-
Amino's supposed to be 13 and up.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh no,
you're
they're
breaking
rule
the
breakers.
rules to 1 year younger. Oh no.
They're breaking the rules.
Oh man.
But like, yeah, I just really hope that the media that they get their hands on is good media that they can help themselves with and that doesn't hurt them in any way, because some of the stuff can be really damaging out there. Admittedly, a lot of stuff on the DID community can be hazardous to fragile people, and if they're in a fragile state of mind, then I just really hope that they stay safe. Yes. Lots of people say hi. Rip. How to tell my family about my DID when the only quote-unquote major mental health disorder they know is my older brother with schizophrenia who has been violent in the past. Oh, maybe you could bring up other mental illnesses and show that not all of them are dangerous. And maybe bring up the, I don't know, maybe there's like a meme or something that's like people with mental illness are like however many times more likely to be victims of a crime and are no more likely to commit crimes than non-mentally ill people, because that's like a legit thing, because people with mental illness are not inherently violent, but that just happened to be like a coincidence, and your family might just not know that not all people are violent.
Well, and it can happen if, they're not being listened to. Well,
Ranger just says, hey guys, I come front to you gay bro. Welcome to the stream, I guess. That's beautiful. You have to totally get the obligation thing, being like 99% gay is non-binary. By the way, I want to see that lecture. Ooh, the lecture. That's cool. Oh, Mom, do you have any memorable moments with an alter / do you remember your first proper interaction with an alter?
I don't remember the first one because obviously that was before diagnosis. So.
Yeah.
I do remember in the apartment though, when I knew that something was seriously up, you were acting not like I was used to you acting. And I was in the kitchen and I sent you in to go say, hey, go get your sister for dinner. And a couple minutes later you came back and said, yeah, basically he pretty much just told me to fuck off. And
I didn't see that.
And I was like, pardon me? And I went in there and I said, did you just say that? And you said, yeah, they're like that sometimes.
What?
And I took it to your dad. And your dad's like, boy, do they have you snowed. They're really working, one over on you. And yeah, you had said that you went in and said, hey, Mom says it's dinner time. And you just went, fuck off.
Because I would not put that past Nova to do.
So
he would do that.
So that's the
He would
first.
do
That's
that.
the
We were
first
14.
one that I remember
Yes.
that was.
Holy God, I didn't even know that happened.
I don't remember that
Something's
either.
going on.
Oh my
Something's going on. And I needed to tell your dad something's going on. And that's when, I drug you in. You remember when I drug you in to the doctor and
Oh
They
yeah,
were
and I
about ready to
lied on
put
all
you-
the forms, like
they
how I
almost
said.
put you on antidepressants
They
because of
almost
that.
did, but I lied on all the forms and said that I didn't hear voices and that I remembered everything.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't want to be thought of as crazy, so I lied on everything, but now I want to retake a form like that to see how many boxes I check yes on.
Yeah. So yeah, that was it.
That is wild. Oh my lord.
They do that sometimes.
It'd be like
Wow.
that sometimes.
I was wondering, how do you remember what you talked about with each altar? I personally remember conversations.
I don't. I just get, I don't remember that.
Oh no.
So, and okay, move on. Move along.
Just repeat it.
Repeat
Okay.
it, which I'm senile, so fine.
Would have been repeated anyway, so it's good. Who's fronting right now? This is Devin. Those earrings, sir, I like them. Thank you.
Blown glass, really
They're
cool.
glass. We got them from Kaolani System. They are an amazing friend of ours who we need to talk to again.
I was
But
gonna say take it out and show. It's cool. It's like swirly glass.
it's a spiral. And they're really pretty.
Hey.
Yeah, they're amazing. Let's see. Ether, I've learned so much from this channel, and my partner in their system is now comfortable with meeting me. Thank you so much. That is awesome. Your mom is the sweetest. How does mom react to the switches now versus how she reacted?
I was scared before, to be honest with you. It freaked me out, especially with, all of a sudden it's like, your head gonna spin around? You gonna throw up green pea soup or what here?
It's gonna be
I
like...
didn't know, it's like, oh my God, I gotta take him to the emergency room. What's going on? And now it's like, no, okay.
Sometimes you'll just ask like who it is,
Yes, who do I
And-
have the pleasure of hanging with this evening?
and that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like how you should react. Just to be like, I was gonna say that.
Who's out and about today?
Yeah, like at first you seemed just really tense whenever you seem to notice differences,
Yeah.
versus now when you just seem more perceptive, like trying to like listen instead of like fear,
They're still my kid.
If someone is close or co-con, can you hear their thoughts if you didn't voice them? Yes. Wait, no. Can they hear? I see what happened there. That was a comment you put earlier that I dyslexia'd. Okay. I'm gonna adjust the glasses and really stare at this. Someone's closer co-con. Can they hear your thoughts if you didn't voice them? Absolutely. Yes. And I think I read that right. I hope I did.
One body.
Good. Yeah. We actually communicate like telepathically, like Let's see. How do you tell school about littles? We've got 3 crazy strong littles, and I don't know what to say because I'm afraid they'll switch out in class. Sorry, I just got really distracted by that comment that was underneath that, and also my hand is asleep. Let's see. I do not know how to tell school about that, honestly. I guess having conversations with your teachers, starting with your psychology professors. Start with your psych teachers and teachers who have an interest in psychology and be like, hey, you know about this disorder? You know about this? Something about that is that you have young child alters, and those can be out sometimes. And then you kind of just explain like what little alters are. And some teachers will help you talk to other teachers about this kind of stuff, and that's really awesome, especially if you're in like college, because professors are like way cooler than high school teachers.
Dude,
or at least in my
high school
experience.
Teachers are awful.
Public high schools. Yes, but I'd say to talk to teachers, or if there are school counselors, talk to them about it. Just go to the ones that seem to be the most open-minded first, and that'll make it easier to talk to the tougher ones, because then you'll have more people to like help you. Then where did your sister get her horns? I'm very jealous, lol.
Online, man. You
eBay.
can get, yep, eBay, Amazon, Etsy, all sorts of stuff. You just have to find good makers. Sometimes conventions.
I like the smile.
Oh yeah, one of my positive coping skills is seeing people smile, and seeing you smile, making me smile brighter every day. I'm sorry, I'm so bad at reading words
That's
out loud.
okay. You know what?
Like seeing people be happy. That's good.
If you like making people happy, find a skill, and like behind us, we've got some little mushrooms.
Oh, the little crocheted mushrooms. Our mom crochets too.
And I made those little mushrooms, and I've been giving them away to people. And then I got the idea, like the psychedelic mushrooms.
Little crocheted
We've
mushrooms.
also,
It's like-
I've also started putting
Ooh,
catnip
this
in
is
some
gay.
of them and give them to people's
This
cats.
one's gay.
This one is gay.
It's another gay one.
They're fun. and making people's kitty cats happy and making them happy with little things that, to me, it's like, that's nothing. It takes me a day to make a couple of those. And what the pleasure I get from giving those to people is, you know, so much more than the cost of that yarn and the time I put into them.
That's how we
So,
feel about our
try and do
scarves
stuff.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just do something that you like to do and then give it away.
And someone asked, "What's your favorite foods?"
You?
Me? I don't know. Probably like blueberries, or like beef. Since like everyone is basically dragon-like, we get a bunch of carnivores, which is why we could never be a vegetarian, because people would literally go on meat binges at like 2 in the morning.
It's the meat hour.
The meat hour. So yeah, I thought that was thick boy. It was just a foot. But our favorite foods, like we're starting to lean more towards like not as processed foods, which is good.
You know what? You get to a
So
point
like
where
raw fruits, definitely.
your body's gonna reject any of the processed stuff after a while, and then
Yeah, it's like my vegan friend. They went vegan and then they tried to eat meat and they threw it up.
Oh dang.
Because their body literally rejected the food that they're not used to eating. So once you get off of processed food, you'll probably like reject that too.
It's like how I can't really eat French fries.
Yeah.
it's better. Your body starts doing
And
all
you get
kinds
like
of freaky
really
stuff.
messed up when you eat McDonald's. But that's McDonald's.
Ooh, that's McDonald's.
Shake and paste.
Oh, and someone says, "Hi, we recently uploaded a system introduction. Would you consider watching it?" Yes, we would. The best way to like get us to notice you is actually to like comment on one of our past videos, not a stream, because the way the live comments do it, they kind of like fly up and get lost, and then you have to scroll through like the time and try to remember when it was commented. But if you comment on one of our past videos, we compulsively check notifications. So your comment will be seen, and we can just type in your username and look you up. So yeah, comment on one of our past videos, and we'll check you out through there. Totally. And then how does the whole losing time thing look for you? We discovered that we lose time, but we somehow never noticed. It's like we forget that we were forgetting, and that is exactly what it's like, dude. That's so true. I guess how I notice that I'm losing time is I look up at the clock and 3 hours are gone, and it's just like, oh, there went that whole evening. Darn it. And that's what it's been looking like lately, but this heightened stress is like a new level for us. So
Do you
in the
lose
past
days?
days,
Do you lose entire days?
more like entire periods of my life. Yeah, there's a lot of gaps from some years, and it's all like really foggy. It's like there's bits and pieces, like here and there. Like you remember that things happened, and you remember some feelings about it.
That happens to you when you get older.
Yeah, I'm just going
It
through
just
things when I'm
happens to you
old.
when you get older. Because you know what,
Totally.
you can remember larger portions of your life, but after you get past a certain age, you will remember bits and pieces like that. That's
I'm
normal.
not even old, but I
That's
already have
normal.
like old people
Yeah.
memory. Yeah. Let's see, channels help me
Old
so
people
much.
memory.
I have also have many alters, and sometimes their experiences are very relatable. Nice. Velociraptor. Oh my gosh, Velociraptor alter. That's kind of epic.
Don't
It's flippin'
escape.
epic.
Don't escape.
We used to skip school to live worlds in our head. Absolute same.
I
I
understand
ignored
that
a lot of middle school to do that.
trying to get away at times can be healthy, but if you try and live there, it can cause you a lot more problems than it helps.
Yeah. How do you deal with the whole confusion and noise in the beginning of discovering your system? Headphones. If we ever go out, we always have a pair of headphones in our pocket. So we always like play music to like kind of match how we feel or how we want to feel. If you want to feel like better and there's a lot of like stuff going on, then play some happy songs. Like headphones in all day keeps the bad thoughts away, and I live by those words. Let's see, I heard some people have fictive alters. Do you have fictive alters? I do, and we're like just starting to like come to terms with that, and that's been a wild experience, but so far they're pretty cool. Yeah. I live in Britain and therapy is expensive. How do I get around that?
Friends, try and use community cork boards. Try and establish a talking group
Mm, that's a
where
good
you
idea.
are. Grow where you are. Put up notifications that you're going to host a group. You may not know what you're doing, but you might find somebody that does, and that's how. Or you might find a bunch of people who are just like you that need to talk too and lean on each other.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. Hi everyone, love you all. Love you too, Ghost School. And I think after the age of 25, your brain is mature enough not to live in your head so much.
I disagree.
Oh, I'm 22, so I can't even say anything.
Yeah, I'm 53, and there are people who exclusively live in their heads or someplace that they've manufactured for themselves. It happens. I had a bunny who growled like a mountain lion.
Oh, someone is
Some of
triggered
them
by
do
those
grunt.
creatures who is watching us.
Which creature? What?
The quadrupeds that jump with the fluffy tails and the
Uh-huh,
long ears. They are
yes.
triggered by those, so we shouldn't talk about them out of respect. Got you, Keshiel. But this one, is it normal not to know who the host is? Okay, so there's a big misconception with DID and what a host actually means. So the host is actually the alter that is out the most. Host is out the most. So just make a little rhyme and
Hostess
try to
with the mostest.
remember that. The host is out the most. So if you're not the alter that's out the most, then you may not be like the acting host. But like if you're referring to like the original kind of being that was supposed to be born into the body, that's totally normal to not know who that is. For the longest time, I didn't know who that was here either, and it turns out we actually split 3 ways. So it's me, Xavier, Parsifal. So that is a possibility. I don't know. That's not inherently how that happens, but yeah, you'll discover it someday on your own, and you'll learn how you work. But that's a whole healing journey thing, and we believe in you. You got this. Let's see, can your mom be our mom too? You're just gonna adopt everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, it's truly amazing the way how your mom tries to accept you all. It's good. Oh, Boa has a question. We have a question for family. How do you guys deal with meeting new alters? Is it ever awkward seeing your child slash sibling acting differently?
Not really. I'm just used to it at this point. It's like, oh, okay.
It can be difficult if they're having a hard time, if they're struggling, if they're upset about something. Yes, as a parent, it's hard because you want to help your child. And sometimes there's not a whole lot you can do.
Yeah, it's like
And
good
it's
to help them, but
frustrating.
like if it's just showing up, it's like, yeah, it's another one.
No, not like that. It's
Not
more,
like,
no, it's more like I wish there was something I could do to help. Finish what you were saying, dear. If I interrupted.
but
You
yeah,
did
it's
that.
like, it's not shocking, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's not shocking for a new one to show up, that's what I mean. It's just weird to word things. Human languages are difficult.
True dat.
But yeah, it's like not shocking because it's just basically a part of my life now. It's just like, I'm used to it. It's not really anything out of the usual for me.
Yeah. Oh, and then how do you feel about OSDD 1B since there isn't an amnesic wall between switches? Oh, like, it's chill. It's cool. Like, one of, like, our best friend has OSDD 1B. The Amplexus System, shameless plug, go follow them. They're on our channel. If you scroll down to the bottom of our homepage, there's a little mention thing. And they're super awesome. And not the roommate that we had a problem with. Just to clarify, they are completely innocent. The roommate that was the problem was just that Craigslist guy, Juan, that Mickey happened to live with. But that's done and over with. There is no more of that. And I just had to add that there. But then someone asked, who was your first alter? And that was, yeah, that was Xavier Parsifal, and then me. We just like, just kind of split like that. Question for the girl with red hair is nothing. I just like your face. Staying up late to watch this? Heck yes. That's radical, but don't stay up too late. We actually don't have any humanoid or non-human alters. We do, however, have a dragon, a wolf, and the previously mentioned velociraptor, which is radical. Is that weird? No, it's not weird. We have like animal alters like that too, and that's totally normal. Like, not everyone's alters are gonna look the same, which is such a big thing. Like, not everybody is gonna be 143 like semi-gay partial dragons. Like, it's gonna look so different. People are all different, and people's systems are the same way. Goblin Queen, your aura is a pure lavender purple. That's cool.
She's got a purplish glow from sunlight. You have some.
My
some
hair used to
purple
be
in your
purple.
hair. Yeah, there's
It
some.
did used to be
in the hair a
purple. It
little
started purple, but then it turned red because it's a really cool dye that we use. It's called Special Effects. That's what we use. It's good.
The hair dye doesn't work for everyone.
True, it
Like,
doesn't.
Arctic Fox works horribly for us.
Yeah, so if you have bad luck with Arctic Fox, try Special Effects. And also if you have bad luck with Manic Panic, because that doesn't work on us either. It just
Weird
doesn't.
hair.
It just falls right out. But, oh, follow-up question. How do you all in this system deal with non-human dysphoria? Like, I'm really struggling with not having my wings and horns sometimes. Dude, I feel that. I have, like, knots in my back where wing joints should be. And, oh, I think we're, like, nope. It just reloaded. Okay, there we go. I think we're good. But, yeah, I think maybe possibly wearing horns might be good. And
My head
Wow,
feels
it just
naked
hopped way up.
without
Say
them.
what the fuck, bro?
Oh yeah, sometimes there's like hooves and stuff. Like you have the horns you like to wear. You want to get like dragon feet maybe.
Yeah.
We talk about that. Like I have hooves that I wear sometimes. They're fun.
Bro, why are you sad? If you're sad, you don't have to spam. You can just say why you're sad. And then why can't all our parents be like this? The world would be a better place. Let's see. My hand is so asleep. Bros reported. Thank you. Okay.
Oh, that one you just went past.
This one. Could you offer any advice on how to accept alters that are interjects of serial killers? Let's say a Charles Manson alter. Dude, One of our fictives is Kai Anderson from American Horror Story season 6, and he's like supposed to be basically like a modern day Charles Manson, but I'd say like just they're not inherently bad people just because their sources are something that's like scary. Like just because they've come from something that seems dark does not mean that they themselves will continue to be dark like that, and they can be free to be their own people. So yeah, that's what we've been thinking. Should get bears versus babies.
We have that one.
Yes,
Oh, we can
do.
have a
We did have
day
that.
where systems all play
The
Cards
Fuzzy
Against
Box.
Humanity online. Oh my
Dude,
gosh.
yes.
That'd be epic. We would love that. You've Got Crabs is so fun. It keeps loading. What are you doing? Is your mom also an artist?
To some degree.
Your art is more crocheting,
Well, and then there's
Sort of,
also
there's, like,
the
other
bead,
stuff.
the jewelry,
like rocks.
and
Rocks
rocks.
time.
And
Ooh. Art that could be made with corruptive ashes. That could be some angry art.
There's something
That'd be
outside.
good.
there is
Oh,
something
that's-
else.
Oh, it's Sasquatch.
Is that Dale or
Yeah,
that other dude?
Sasquatch here.
Sasquatch.
Yes.
Oh, someone says, I feel terrible for your mom since it's obviously not her fault.
Don't feel bad for me. I have 2 awesome kids. Plus.
Yes. That's cool. Shit just got real. I expect my uncle also with one who caused my trauma.
Yeah.
I don't have memories. How do you remember if it's alright to ask, of course?
If it's all right.
Like, how do you remember trauma? I guess it's like, well, for us, we use a method that you probably shouldn't try at home. So unless you are like me, we just get, get into kind of a dissociated state where we're very perceptive and just try to listen to things. And no matter how I hold the comments, it just keeps popping. Devin, will you be sharing with Alex again when you return to college or a new roommate? Yeah, we're going to be living with Alex again this educational year, and it will be radical. And then someone asked who our favorite DID YouTuber is, and I don't know if we have a favorite. I don't know if we have a favorite. It is really hard to pick.
I just saw.
Like everybody.
Do you feel? Is anyone in your system like overtly? She's not my mom.
I
To
don't
me.
know. Not verbally, I don't think. Like, feeling last night, like, Nova was looking at you like, this, you don't even look familiar. Like, something just seemed wrong with your face last night. Like, it was just, like, not as easy to recognize, so we were just really confused there. But we're gonna just try to catch questions as they arrive, because, I think we're about an hour and a half in, you all. That is awesome. So we're just gonna like catch a few random questions here, and then hopefully we can try to wind down because, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like.
I don't know if we
4.
have anything else to do today, and I don't want to take up everybody's time.
We might have to actually maybe film something later, maybe, or do this again. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe tomorrow before you head.
Tomorrow, another live stream tomorrow.
Why not?
Perhaps.
Hey,
It sounds like there are a lot of people. I think we missed a bunch of questions, and I would hate to like just not answer stuff.
yeah.
And for the people who couldn't make it today.
Right.
Mm,
So maybe another one.
yeah, stories like that are why I watch these live
Yeah.
streams. Oh, one question out of order.
Uh-huh.
Do you guys share memories? If so, how does it work with you? It's kind of like throwing thoughts at each other a lot and kind of like pushing memories.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, how can you tell the person that caused you trauma that they did it? I don't know, because we haven't done that yet, and I wouldn't really count that as trauma, really.
Well, I'm about ready to have a sit down with my father.
Yeah, confront.
Yeah.
Yeah, only confront when you're ready to confront with them. Wait till you yourself are healed enough to be able to like take care of yourself around that whole interaction, because that can be so taxing and so like hurtful to people who aren't ready to handle it. So like do a lot of like journaling and stuff with your system to kind of like talk to alters just to make sure everyone's okay before you do like anything that could hurt people or like re-traumatize people, because apparently like re-traumatization is such a thing, and we've just been like learning about that more lately. It's wild. But yeah, if your abuser is still alive, then just be very careful and like have supports with you. I would not recommend going into that alone. If you have like a very close loved one, like take them with you. It'll make you feel a lot like more supported and stronger with that, because if it's someone from the past like that, they've taken like a lot of power away from you, and you don't want to like make yourself feel like that anymore. You want to be able to feel strong even though it's something really harsh like that. So take someone you love, make sure you are well healed, and prepare accordingly. Expect the unexpected. I can always say that.
True.
Mic drop. My friend's alter swears so much, and her parents don't even know that she has DID. LOL. Does the Goblin Queen have a YouTube channel?
No, I wouldn't really count it because it's basically dead.
We're
So not
probably
yet.
gonna be making one soon.
Probably.
I've got some really funny ideas of stuff we can do on it.
Yes.
So there is many an idea for a YouTube channel. Wow,
Oh,
that
there
blew
go
up.
the comments.
Ooh, take care, y'all.
Yeah,
So
the
thank you.
old YouTube
I
channel.
reported y'all
flashes.
for bullying me. Tim Smooth. I have no idea who you are, Tim Smooth. So if I
But
don't
thank
know
you for
that-
being here.
I don't know bullying if I did any. Well, at least not in this present day and age. Tim Smooth. Just be nice. What makes your life fulfilling? Yes, this guy needs blocking, please. Oh, he's triggering people in the chat. I'm not having it, yo. Alright. Tim. You about to be gone. If hiding
Yoked.
hide user on the channel, report, remove. I'm just gonna hit the little trash can.
Remove.
I hit the trash can, so I think that took care of the problem. Aw, dang it!
No, please, I'm sorry. Oh, timeout. You can go in timeout.
Timeout. He was timed out for 300 seconds. 700 need mods? I do then. Hey, you want to be a mod for the last few minutes then? Because
Perhaps the next stream.
like
whenever that is.
like you could, yeah, I don't know how to pick mods. I guess I could post a little like one of those post things that pops up where you post videos, but it's like a post. I'll make one of those where people can say if they would be interested in being mods, and y'all can just be like,
Have to
hey,
deal with negative triggers.
negative triggers.
Mhm.
Let's see. Yeah, we will get mods here. Starlight System, you can be the mod for however long this lasts. It's probably gonna be, I don't know, like 10, 15 minutes max, but it'll still be great. He triggered my protector. Oh, that's brutal, dude. Oh, that's not good. I'm sorry, I haven't seen that then. Someone sent us is that €5? Yo, that is so nice of you. Thank you. But any advice on how to deal with negative triggers? Try to ground yourself and find something else to focus on, like something that will like maintain your attention pretty well. Yeah, just try to not focus on that and try to remove yourself from that situation if you can. Just like excusing yourself to go to the bathroom, even to like splash some cold water on your face or wash your hands is a good one.
Deep breathing.
Yeah. Has your mom met Hollow? Almost. He was like really pressing at one point and was like co-conscious, but he's really timid and very shy, and I don't know if you've really heard much about him yet.
Not
but
yet.
You don't know about Hollow. Oh my god.
There's blue.
Kayla could be a mod. Maybe ask on the amino or something. That's a good idea. It's a good idea. The Duck Company. Hey, it's got a YouTube that says that. Would anyone in your system be interested in me making necklaces and bracelets? Ooh, yes. Danke für das Beantworten der ganzen Fragen. Thanks for answering all those questions. Have a great day, and thank you, Brenda. You all seem to be great. Kein Problem. Danke for coming to the live stream. Someone says I volunteer as tribute. But yes, we would be interested in necklaces and bracelets. I don't know what colors though. We always have a lot of arguments over colors. So black, white, and gray are always good ones. Those are the most neutral that will work for everybody. Like if you put up red or something, some people like Hollow will literally be afraid of it. So something neutral, and also purple is good and blue is good. Most people who are like on the red sides usually begrudgingly allow blue because of Hollow, so blue's always safe. You guys have the same shaped noses and so cute. Wait, I think we all kind of do. Oh, family noses.
I think
Some schnoz.
you have your dad's nose, and this one definitely has mine
I like to think of myself more of having grandpa's nose.
and my mouth. They got my teeth, thankfully for aesthetic purposes, but for longevity,
I don't have all of your teeth. I got some removed.
yeah, you only have like 3 of my teeth left now.
Let's see, next hair color.
So much.
I think I might just try to make this blonde white. I like how it's white here, and I want to have like black and white hair with like, you know, the blonde here and then like black, so it looks like full on yin and yang, and that would be epic.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun with your hair.
Let's see, Bless Hollow. I hope he liked the crystals we got. Oh my god, he loved them so much. Like that that little bracelet is like specially kept aside so we can see it more frequently. It's adorable.
Bears versus babies. The fuzzy box was
It sounded
awesome.
like Fenrir was close. Maybe. I couldn't feel that if he was.
What colors?
Oh, what colors? Black, white, gray, and blue are good. Good neutral colors for all of us. And also purple. So anything within those is good.
Man, I need to re-dye my hair. We
The
both
light
need to
feels
dye our hair.
comfy,
This live just feels comfy.
rocking,
That's good. I'm glad. We don't like to have
the babies.
really formal things. Any good DID book recommendations? When Rabbit Howls is good, but be careful, because that one can trigger the pants off of you if you're not prepared for it. So take that one carefully. Cuckoo is a good one. It's a graphic novel by Madison Clell, and we actually met her in person. And she is super like spontaneous and awesome, and that book is just like totally her experience with DID, and it's super really cool. You should totally read that. It might be online. Just look for like Cuckoo Comics, Madison Clell. I know we have a video about it further down. So yeah, those definitely.
Never thought about white.
Hollow must be protective. White hair?
White.
Maybe. I'm considering it. I feel like that'd be really
MBTI.
awesome.
What's MBTI?
Oh, is it Myers-Briggs? I think it's
Oh.
Myers-Briggs.
I'm an INFJ.
I'm an INFJ.
What?
I'm an INFJ / ENFJ. I switch back and forth. I need to be alone when I need to be alone, and I need to be with people when I need to be with people, and it's subjective, which is hard sometimes for me to deal with because sometimes I don't feel like I want to go be around people, and that can sometimes be what's best for me. So
I just realized that you guys haven't
it's
seen
walking
our
a
new
line.
tattoo.
Get that leggy up.
I was going to say you need to stand on this chair for that to happen. So
Yeah. I'm just gonna like quickly scroll and answer things in a speed round so that you can see my new tattoo because it's great. On my dad's account, how do you bring up to your therapist that you think you have DID because you show symptoms? I just say just talk about the symptoms, and then you could also say that you've been doing some research on your own that you feel as if your symptoms are correlating. No?
Don't do that. Don't do
What?
that because you know what happens with the doctors?
What?
The same thing that if you walk into a doctor and tell them that you think you know what's going on because you looked at WebMD.
No.
Don't do that. What you want to do is ask questions about the disorder in front of them
That's a good one.
and say, someone suggested that I might have some symptoms of this. What do you think?
That could work.
And listen, you can bring it up, but don't say, I think I know what's going on here because blah, 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 blah. It's like going to a doctor and saying, I know what's going on because I went on WebMD and blah, blah, blah. You might be right, but to get them on, if you're looking to get them on board or validate that, ask them questions first. And then they may totally agree with you and evolve that way on their own, and then it's their idea. And that empowers them even your therapists want validation for their diagnosis. They want to know that they figured it out because they went to school for all those years. And yeah, it's, you gotta be careful with WebMD.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I felt quite lectured there.
Don't feel
Let's
lectured.
see.
Don't feel
Noses.
lectured,
Your mom
but-
seems to be very proud of you. Black and white hair. It has to be the perfect blue. Bless.
Navy. Midnight blue.
It's like cobalt.
Or
Oh yeah, I
down-
was gonna show the
down blue.
tattoo. Oh my gosh.
Yes, scooch.
Your nail
No, you.
varnish is hollow
I have
blue.
to get
Oh my
up,
gosh,
but
it's
I'm not
amazing.
gonna swing my butt around you so everybody can see how big it is. Go.
You should show them. Do it.
Scooch over.
This is one half, and then
Okay.
the other half. Okay.
Mom's
I'm
moving
just gonna
over.
Scoot. It is a big serpent. This is the universe serpent, named Jormungandr from Norse mythology. Also one we have an interject of. But he's basically like the big serpent, like the universe serpent, and he's an epic boy. But yeah, that was an hour and a half tattoo on Wednesday, and
Not done yet. Oh man.
the phone didn't fall off the table. Yeah, thanks. I'm glad you. So it hurt. Oh yeah, small systems are totally valid though. Just been worrying. Want to say thank you for being a goblin, but don't worry. You got this. It's gonna be like really difficult in the beginning, but when you look back on these days, you're just gonna be like, I did it. It'll be great. But we are gonna get scales on this tattoo and a lot more detail.
The main
But
man.
it's going to be epic. This is only like stage 1, and there's gonna be more
What?
stages. It's going to be sweet, and I don't know how we amassed $7.5 on this, but that's amazing. Ozzy on Helium made your week. That's amazing. Yeah, we kind of do. Logan's name was actually Loki at one point, but he changed it to make it more like street friendly. He calls it his street name.
What's this?
Any advice you have for someone with many comorbid disorders? Try to see if any of them are more like prevalent in different alters, and then you can help them with their symptoms too. Like comorbid disorders, when you have more than one disorder. Yeah. Like try to help all of you holistically. It's your sibling's name.
Jessica.
And that's gonna be changed. So it's not gonna
Jessica.
stick.
Please tell her that her name is fitting.
Jessica, no, it's not.
Is
Jessica.
it fitting?
What do
Is
you
the name
think?
Jessica fitting for her?
Oh,
She's a
my name's
strong girl.
Jessica,
She's
you
a
know?
very strong girl.
And that's why I want my name to be Karos.
My school has been blocking live streams and it got me upset. Oh dang, that's brutal, dude.
My questions. Well,
Yeah.
ask now.
Yeah, you can ask now, or yeah, you can ask another.
I
comments.
love Jessica.
I don't.
It's a strong girl's name.
It's a bitch.
Ask it now.
girl's
Yeah, you can
name.
ask your questions. Yeah, ask your questions
It
now.
says if you
or
want to
can comment
change it,
them
you
later.
change it. And
I'm
I
going
second
to.
that. I second that.
Jessica's ridiculous name, especially because Dad gave it to me.
Well, then go with something.
Yeah,
See if
someone
it's
says that I feel like
Jessica-like.
Karas is a better fit. LOL.
It is Karos Nativus.
When are you going to write more on Wattpad? When phones stop scaring us so much. when we calm down enough to be able to interact on social media without fear. So probably within a few weeks.
I can't even read that.
Jessica doesn't totally fit,
To be
TBH.
honest, yeah.
I zoned out and came back. You guys are staring into my soul. Bless. I know what it's like to dislike your name. My name is Jessica too. I hate it too. Hearing it makes me feel icky, so I go by Jessie.
It's difficult for me to say my name. I can't say it easily. It's like my tongue stiffens and I can't say it.
Panic grounding mechanism.
I was gonna say any advice for dealing with unavoidable triggers, and I think that would go along with the what are some of your favorite anxiety, panic grounding mechanisms. Thick boy.
What?
Like
Petting
heat
cats.
in the summer with
Petting
no air
cats.
conditioning. Oh, take a freezing cold bath.
Yeah,
Eat
try to
some ice
distract
cubes.
yourself as much as you can. I go by distraction a lot, like Netflix. A lot of the times I kind of distract myself by like watching videos. If it's like a real triggering thing, I try to focus on something else as much as I can. And that can be hard. And anxiety, panic grounding mechanisms. We're still figuring that one out ourselves here. Oh wow, we just hit 100 minutes? Hot dang.
How should you deal with an abuser coming back into your life? Depends on if you have the ability to not see them at all. Ostracize. If you need
Even
to
our
cut-
mot says it. You
if
can
you
ostracize
need-
people and that's okay.
If you need to even temporarily cut out of your life for your own health and well-being, do it. It may not be a popular thing to do, but you know what? If it means the difference in you being able to deal with stuff or not, do it. You've got to take care of yourself.
True that.
But I had an uncle do this and came back later when I was about 16 years old. And I freaked out about it and nothing happened. He was totally different. So
Yeah, sometimes abusers can just get totally different and it's weird.
So try not to get yourself worked up about something. I know it's easier said than done, but and the difference in years was like 4 years. 4 years later, and he was totally different. So try not to worry too much about it because that's not going to help you, and nothing might happen anyway.
True. Bobo says, can Ether Mom become the resident DID mom? That's precious.
I need a badge.
Yes, any tips for dissociating in crowds? Put cool stuff in your pockets that you can hold on to with your hands, like worry stones or like beads, something. Yeah, just put your hands in your pockets, and if you have stuff, just like hold it. Like right now, look, I've got headphones, and I've got a lighter with a cool bird on it. So yeah, having stuff in your pockets is definitely good. Holding my guinea pigs and watching TV helps with anxiety.
Oh,
I
sweet
think
little
Jess would fit you,
bees.
but not the full Jessica, you know? Oh, Songbird says goodbye. Not Jess.
No, I hate it. I hate the name so much. It's so bad.
I hate my
Especially
name
when,
as
like,
well.
since a lot of other people call me Jess, it's like, you can't even bother to call me by my first name. Like, I hate shortening names. I just have a thing against it. It's like, I don't know why, but it's like low-key a form of disrespect. Like, you don't bother to address them by their full title. It's like, oh, Dev. What's up, On? What's up, Bren? It's stupid.
It makes sense. That's another thing
What's
that
up,
I get.
Duh?
My name. Yeah.
I get weird about how there's
Oh,
not
I
a
was
formal
Auntie
U
Bubba
for
For
English.
the longest time. I was Auntie Bubba for the
What's
longest
Bubba?
time. My name. That's all your cousin could
Oh.
say when he was a tiny
Oh,
little.
I said
He was
like
a year.
anti, like ANTI dash,
No,
like
no.
against Bubba.
No,
Okay.
no, I was Auntie Bubba for the longest time, and I didn't care, because it was what my little baby nephew said, and I was that Auntie Bubba.
What if you don't know who the abuser is/was? Oh, that's a tough one. Amen. Oh, someone deleted a message. Good, then. I trust you that you deleted something that was bad, so good job.
If you don't know who the abuser was, it will become apparent in time when you are able to deal with it. Your brain has a wonderful mechanism that shuts that off if it's too hard for you.
It's 4:19.
It's 4:19.
It's almost 4:20.
Oh my god. Wait, if it's 4:19, this has been going on for like
It's
2
been a
hours.
hot
About
while.
dang. Yeah,
105 minutes.
105 minutes.
120 is 2 hours.
What to do when you
So-
don't remember who abused you? Yeah, it will become apparent after time. You just gotta wait for your mind to refine all that.
Sometimes you'll remember more abuse as time goes by too.
Yeah, that's
And it, like I said, it'll come out when you're able to deal with it. You may not seem able to deal with it, but
so any tips to build communication? Ooh, let's see. It's 4:20 now. Yeah.
It's 4:20.
I'd say like we got really lucky with the way that our alters kind of came into existence. Sort of, we're all like really telekinetically like inclined, or like telepathically inclined to like share thoughts with each other. So trying to reach out towards them with your mind, kind of, that's how we do things over here. That's how we roll. But a lot of people, like Mickey's system, had this one method of putting a piece of paper and a pen in your pocket, and on the paper it'd be written like something like "What's your name?" or like a cool fact about you, or "What's your favorite color?" or something like that, and you can like use that, and it'd be pretty fun. It sounds like a good idea, but it wouldn't be applicable to us personally, but somebody out here that is listening might be able to use it. So, yeah. I have 10 cats and wish I could send pictures. Oh my lord, that's amazing. Supporter mom. How is Thick Boy? He's fine. I think he's up, in the room.
Probably upstairs.
Doing good.
hiding under a shelf, so you're
Digging
all
in
running
blankets.
around outside yelling his name, trying to find him, and he's inside going, little stinker.
Is the queen's hair real? It's beautiful, and the length I want to grow my hair to.
It's real. It's very
It's
real.
totally
Hold on,
real.
Hold on.
It's
Hold on.
taken forever.
Oh no, you're gonna hit
to
me
grow.
with it, aren't you?
I'm
Oh.
gonna hit mom with it.
Be nice to your mother.
Be nice to your children.
I am. They even said so.
It's 12 a.m. here in Narnia. Oh my gosh, bless. Or 1:20. Yeah, see, look at that. It's not 12 a.m., it's 1:20.
The abuse.
There's Shy. Not used to being known yet. Feel that. So do alters thoughts sound like your own, or do they sound different? Would they sound like themselves in the inner world, or what? So, yeah, their voices do sound different, and yeah, our voice isn't capable of matching everybody's voices. Fenrir sounds like he's about 3 octaves below mine, extremely British, and we have alters that are robots and ladies, and our voice does not sound like a lady voice, so it does sound different. And then the occasional child voice, it's pretty interesting. And in the inner world, they all just have voices that match how they are, I suppose. Yeah. Miss Pikachu. I don't know who that is. Have any advice for triggers in class? Ooh, I'm going to deal with them next year, and I'm really not looking forward to that. Love you guys, by the way. Oh, I feel that. We love you too. But also, triggers in class.
You should talk to the teachers.
You could talk to the teachers ahead of time and mention that, especially if you're like really close to those teachers. That would be a good idea. And also try grounding things like doodling in your margins might be good if you don't necessarily need to pay attention. Or if you can set those classes out, if you talk to the teachers as well, you can like opt to like not go to class that day because it would hurt you. So yeah, that might be good. How are you doing lately, Devin? Better now that we're not in Dad's house right now, but in general, very, very, very badly. We have not been doing well in the slightest. We've basically been having fits of paralyzing fear at our dad's house and just spending our time locked up in our room because we are too afraid to be around all the negativity that constantly spews out of our father's mouth. So that's about how we are.
Should have come down here.
I wish, but Mickey would have gotten upset because that'd make me really far away.
Then bring her.
I wish, but work, new full-time job. Yeah, the acrylic chaser started a new full-time job, and it is good, so that'll be great. But we try to remain full of hope, although things look horrendously bleak. But
It's temporary.
it's
all
temporary, and it will be good. Did Mom ever feel guilty for the traumas you experienced?
Yes.
I think. Oh, I forget if you were the Rose system on the Dawn account, but you're welcome, and we hope you have a good day too. Good luck with everything. You got this.
Mhm.
Anxiety and school don't mix. Hella.
Use what am I using as an excuse all the time?
I was holding the comments again so that we could see everything. Thank you so much. Feels so good to
Aw.
be acknowledged and validated. Love you guys. Oh, dude, you're awesome. You're totally valid. Got you. Little Slow Fenrir so much. That's adorable. As a former teacher, we can tell you that your teachers in general would rather know any triggers their subject may cause or set up a signal for when you need to step out. That's good.
Yeah, that's a
Sending-
great idea. Setting up some kind of a signal with your teacher that if you are getting excessively triggered, that the teacher knows you are allowed to get up and then excuse yourself from the room to gather yourself together again. That's awesome.
How do you deal with other people finding your triggers silly or stupid? Show them that you're not messing around, man. Just like be like, dude, I mean, this is bad.
Everybody has something that they're afraid of too, like
Mhm.
snakes or something, there are some middle grounds that you can make people realize that everybody has something.
Let's see. Heads up. I wonder what the heads up is for. I hope you're not going to start spamming. How do you find a system name? We've had this one since like 2014. We've had it for so long. I guess it was like, well, ether is like a fifth element in our inner world here, and it's something that people can. It's like water bending, but way cooler and with energy on the inside. But we kind of chose that because it's really fitting. And I know we made a video about it like 2 years ago, I feel like. But we'll probably remake that one and go into more detail. And Starlight System, I'm glad that you're still like down to talk to us and not mad that we haven't been able to answer things. We like see everyone's notifications but just can't respond to a lot of stuff. It's like hardcore.
I see that one.
Message deleted by Starlight System. Sleeping Rico, you best not start with us.
How does Mom make peace with guilt? That's hard, just like anybody else, I guess. And that is, you've got to realize that you're only a human being, and you've got to give yourself some latitude. It's hard because there are times when I still feel bad about things, and that I need to let go, and that's something that I need to work on. But we're all people. Just because somebody's a mom doesn't make them perfect.
Let's see. Oh,
Yeah.
someone's asking how much longer we're going to be streaming. I'm at a music festival that's about to start. LMAO.
Ooh.
Wow. So we should probably start wrapping up. I'm just going to scroll down and Sleeping Rico. Jesus. He was being a turd. But I put him in timeout, so I think that's good. Can your mom recognize who's fronting, or does she usually have to ask?
I usually have to ask at this point.
Eye contact is a trigger. Oh yeah, eye contact. To be directed. I feel that. Oh my gosh, eye contact.
The mirror of the soul.
Window.
Yeah, window
Yeah.
of the soul. So yeah.
Let's
Windows
see.
are just see-through mirrors, man.
Doctor's note is a good idea for school stuff too, yes. How comfortable is your system with interacting with goblins if we bumped into you? Dude, if you see us in public, please say hello. Interacting with us face to face is literally the one and only foolproof way to talk to us. We suck at responding to messages. And if you write us letters, I don't know if we'd like respond. But if you see us in person, please come say hello. But we are from Oregon, USA, West Coast. West Coast. West Coast. Yes, but I hope to see Ireland someday.
Yeah.
Like, we're probably going to Germany, but are we visiting Oregon? Yes. That's great. The Irish. We hope to see other parts of the world someday, and we're gonna tell everybody when we go there. So, yeah, just stay tuned, and we'll probably be in your area some. Devin, if it's not me. Oh man, I hate that so much because the more we're referred to as Devin, the more I'm pulled out towards the front, and I don't always want to be here because sometimes it's more detrimental if I am. So just calling us Ether is the best thing, and that is what we prefer. At least for like social media interactions. In person, it's more difficult because, you know, names.
And you know,
But it's
well,
hard.
you guys don't know. I've always hesitated when saying names
So is Dad. Yeah.
because I have not for years liked my given name, so I default to not using names. So it works fine here. It's like, hey kid.
Yeah.
Hey, old woman.
We're not even
Young
used to
one.
being called Devin. It's rainy in Oregon, yeah, but it's been pretty dry lately, and it's kind of
It's
scary.
beautiful sunny
It
day
was
today.
raining just yesterday.
Right now it's sunny, and I want to go stand out in that sun in a few minutes here.
So we should probably end the stream soon. It's been a hot while. It ran like
I need
2
to go
hours.
stretch. This has been an amazing 2 hours, you all. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you for that $7.5. Whoever. I was in Portland, Oregon. Dude, I wish we saw you. That would have been lit. But we're very bad at facial recognitions, so yeah, if you see us in public, say hi. And yeah,
Over to Canada, stay warm.
stay warm. We go do some stretch outside. You should go outside too. If you've been watching this whole thing,
Get some fresh air.
go
you
get some
goblins.
fresh air. Get some
Take a
fresh
walk.
air, you goblins.
Take a
We
little.
love you all. Thank you for joining, and thank you for being all so wonderful.
Thanks for being so cool.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Oh, where do I press? There's the X button.